Hello and welcome to Celtic Roots Radio, coming to you today from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Celtic, folk, folk rock, Appalachian, bluegrass, Scottish, Irish, Breton, Cajun. If it's Celtic or roots music you like, you'll find it here on Celtic Roots Radio.
Bolja, welcome back to the Celtic Roots Radio show with great new music and a wee bit of crack from me, Raymond McCullough. And we started the show off today with a rocky song called Rise Above from Needfire in Texas, USA. Our show today is sponsored again by Belfast Girls, a best-selling Irish novel about three girls growing up in post-Troubles Belfast. Now on Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, Nook. You can hear it also on a new Belfast Girls podcast, which you'll find on iTunes. And for more information on the author, Jerry McCullough, check out Jerry with a G and a Y, McCullough.com. Or go to Jerry's fan page on Facebook for regular updates. Jerry is also a member of our Celtic Roots Cafe network, where you'll now find over 40 great music videos, plus information about some of our artists and bands, photos, forum posts and the blog. Just click the cafe button on our main website, CelticRootsRadio.com. And you keep on saying great things about us on iTunes and emails and on Facebook. Andy Jigs from Alexandria, Virginia, USA, left another 5-star review on iTunes USA entitled, "Are you searching for Celtic music?" I'm not sure why there seems to be a genuine lack of authentic Celtic podcasts to download. For anyone who was searching, as I was, stop right here. This podcast is an amazing assortment of independent artists, artfully arranged by the host, Raymond McCullough, who also gives great commentary with the history, culture and traditions of Ireland. I should have written this review a while ago. Recently there were several months where Celtic Roots did not broadcast, and that left an unexpected void. With Roots back on track, I felt I had to show my support to keep this iTunes gem going. If you were searching, as I was, for the right podcast of Celtic music, just stop right here, pull up a chair and enjoy the best. Thanks a lot, Andy. It's great that you missed us back then. And we've been averaging 2 shows a month since that brief gap. St Patrick's Day 2011 was a record with over 1,500 downloads in one day. And our Live 365 station also had its highest number of simultaneous listeners that day, with listening hours increasing every day since. Paul Suthers from Todmorden, West Yorkshire in England, sent us an email to say, "Hi Raymond, I've subscribed to the podcast for a couple of years now via iTunes and think both the music and Irish Blarney is fantastic. The recent issues have been causing my iPod to crash for reasons I can't understand. I subscribe to several other podcasts, but yours is the only one which I have experienced problems with. Has anyone else given similar feedback? The podcast seemed to play okay on my PC, so it's not the end of the world and will not prevent me from continuing to enjoy your show. Well, if anyone else has this problem would like to know about it, Paul, we produce 2 versions of each show now. The first is a standard MP3, which any podcatcher will download and play. The second, with an A after the show number, is the Apple Enhanced version. The album covers, artist info and website links are all displayed on the podcast. This M4A version should play properly on any Apple player, whether iPod, iPhone, iPad, or just on iTunes on your PC or Mac. And as nearly all of you use iTunes to download, we'd appreciate you telling us if any of you have had any problems. Remember, in between podcasts, you can listen to Celtic Roots Radio all day long, complete with all the crack from myself, on our 24/7 Live 365 station. Keep in touch with us through email or Facebook message, or follow us on Twitter, and do go to your local iTunes store and review the show for us. You'll find our other podcasts on iTunes too. Just stick my name into the search box. And we're listening now to a tune from fiddler Jocelyn Pettit from British Columbia, Canada. This is Lights on the Horizon.
Well, you come to the Highlands, lazy Lindsay. Well, you come to the Highlands with me. Well, you come to the Highlands, lazy Lindsay. My pride and my darling to be. To come to the Highlands where you serve will bring a saltire to my ear. I live in the green glens and woodlands and streams of my own country. Well, you come to the Highlands, lazy Lindsay. Well, you come to the Highlands with me. Well, you come to the Highlands, lazy Lindsay. My pride and my darling to be. Oh, I'll show you the home of the red deer on mountains where waves that's alpine, and as far as the band of the red deer Hill, moorland and mountain is mine. Will you come to the Highlands, Lazy Lindsay? Will you come to the Highlands with me? Will you come to the Highlands, Lazy Lindsay? My pride and my darling to be. 1,000 claymores I can muster, Hill blade and its bearer the same. And when round their chieftain they rally, the gallant Argyle is my name. Will you come to the Highlands, Lazy Lindsay? Will you come to the Highlands with me? Will you come to the Highlands, Lazy Lindsay? My pride and my darling to be. There's dancing and joy in the Highlands. There's piping and gladness and glee. For Argyle has brought home Lazy Lindsay, his bride and his darling to be. Will you come to the Highlands, Sarah Livesey? Will you come to the Highlands with me? Will you come to the Highlands, Sarah Livesey? My bride and my darling to be.
That was another artist from Texas, USA, Hugh Morrison and Leezy Lindsay. Well, it's been a busy month this. I had a visitor over from Canada on St. Patrick's Day, my dad's cousin from Vancouver, British Columbia. She came over to Dublin first and then spent a few days up in Donegal town, and also in a wee place west of there called Duncanely. That's where my great-grandparents came from, who would be this Canadian lady's grandparents. They used to live in a large house next door to the Methodist Church in Duncanely, and my great-grandfather, George Gibbon, was a shopkeeper just across the main street from the house. 10 of their 12 children were born in Donegal, but something must have caused them to leave there and move to Lisburn, County Antrim. That's just a few miles south of Belfast, in 1892, including the mother of my Canadian relative. The move must have been a big come-down for the family, from a large house and running a business to a small kitchen house on a narrow street in Lisburn. The children took jobs minding machinery in the local linen mills, or worked as smoothers in the laundry, and my great-grandfather drove a horse and cart for the mills. It's a bit of a mystery why they all up and left such a beautiful place in Donegal, but maybe someday we'll be able to figure it out. Donegal's a very laid-back part of the world. In fact, a friend of mine from Donegal says they're so laid-back there they're horizontal. There's a Gaeltacht in Donegal, around Gweedore, near Mount Errigal. That's the place to go to if you want to learn the Ulster dialect of Irish Gaelic. Gaelic bands such as Clannad and Altan come from that area too. It's a great place for music. Clannad comes from Clannador, the clan from Gweedore, with Altan Walk about a mile away. And the father and uncle of the members of Clannad, Leo Brennan, a musician himself, still runs a musical pub called Leo's Tavern in a place called Crawley. You're always sure of a bit of a sing-song when you go there. One visitor to Donegal was a bit bemused by the fact that the pubs there seemed to stay open very late at night. So he asked the barman what time he normally closed at. The publican answered him, usually about the middle of September. This is Rachel Davis now, another great fiddler, this time from Nova Scotia, Canada, and the Dan, Hughie and Buddy Jigs.
lines fall one by one. The captain's eyes looked worried, he glanced back toward the shores. A dangerous journey, no stars shine in the skies. A dangerous journey, no stars shine in the skies. Stand till they rise and fall, watch those waves fall down. Stand as they rise and fall, watch those waves come down. Stand as they rise and fall, see the walls come down. They're down on me. Seas, two ships that pass in the night. I can't remember 'cause you just play pretend. The clouds are forming, the rain flows down my chest. The misty moonlight, the dreams that keep me right. Stand as they rise and fall, watch those waves fall down. Stand as they rise and fall, watch those waves come down. Stand as they rise and fall, see the walls come down. They're down on me. Must be some way better, been done before. Got to find my way back to the shore. I'm floating out there, reaching in the dark. I find my way back when I hear you call. The endless seas, you and me, see me, you and me.
That was a band called When Thunder Comes from Maryland, USA, and Endless Seas. We used to stay in Gweedore at a house belonging to some of the Brennan family. Jerry and I arrived down there one Monday night in 1989 at about 10 o'clock in the evening, and Leo came around to remind us how the heating worked and to give us the key. When we settled in, we decided it was still early enough, by Donegal time anyway, to pay a visit down the road to the wee fishing village of Bunbeg. It's just one main street with a narrow road down to the harbour, and a great wee pub called Hughie Beg's Tavern. And sure enough, when we went in, we discovered quite a bunch of musicians tuning up for a music session. So I slipped out to the car and brought my guitar onto a bench at the back of the pub, where I quietly tuned it up. I didn't go unnoticed though, for one of the musicians shouted over to me, "Is that a guitar you have there? Bring it on over here and join us." Needless to say, we didn't spend a single shilling in that pub for the rest of the evening. The crack and the music were great, and of course, we didn't leave there till the early hours of the morning. The next day we took a trip in an open boat out to Gola Island, which is only a mile offshore, though you travel about 3 miles to get there. If you were really feeling adventurous, you could take another boat on out to Tory Island, which is about 15 miles out into the Atlantic. This boat leaves you off and goes back to the mainland again, so you really feel like you're marooned in Gola. People lived there until the mid-1960s, when the Irish government persuaded everyone it would be better to live on the mainland. You can still see the houses there, most of them open for the sheep to wander in and out of, although a few people have returned to the island and have been repairing some of the houses again. There are totally secluded beaches, both sandy and stony on the island, and even a small lake in the middle. If you ever wanted to really get away from it all, that would be the ideal place to go to. And if you go south from Gweedore to Crawley, and then west again around the coast to the small Donegal airport at Carrickfinn, They travel almost full circle and end up opposite Bunbeg again, with only a narrow stretch of water in between you and the Austin Guidor Hotel across the bay. Well, we're listening to some Highland pipes now from Ceol from North Carolina, USA, and a Scots tune, the Atholl Highlanders. That was Janet Bates from Oregon, USA, and a song called How Deep Is the Water. We're going to finish now with a quiet song from an Australian called Bruce. I kid you not, this is Damian James Bruce from New South Wales and Mean Things. Is it all be good now? Slán Amhaile.
Another new town, fork in the road. Another faceless crowd, in the nameless bar I go. Into the faded walls and the sour smell. Woody Guthrie's playing. I'm taking a pint for lunch as this Irish girl sits down. Her pure Dublin voice, resonating sound. Hazel eyes and long brown hair, but like her ancestors well. And she said, let the light lead you home, baby. Make things happen in this world tonight. Though slapped in frame, she's mastered whiskey well. Miss Anna's lines her eyes from the burden on the crown. While she tells me of her brother lost and takes a sip and cries. Let the light lead you home, baby. Make things happen in this world. We get to smiling again as she shows me her tattoo. A beautiful Celtic song, one that I never knew. And when she sang the song, a beautiful light from within us shine. Like a sentinel standing in the night, watching over her kind. She said, let the light lead you home, baby. Make things happen in this world tonight. And as she sang the song, a beautiful light from within us shine. Like a sentinel standing in the night, watching over her kind. Singing, 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 singing. Oh, tonight.
Well, that's all we have time for on this show. Remember, you can find out more information about the artists and songs played on the show on our website at CelticRootsRadio.com. And if you're an independent artist and you'd like to hear your music played on this show, again, you'll find details on our website. That's CelticRootsRadio.com. Tune in again next week to Celtic Roots Radio. I'm Raymond McCullough, coming to you from Ireland. Slán agus Banagia.